February is coming to an end and March kicks off on Monday. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. We're taking a look at the forecast as we go into the month of March, but on Monday itself we will have our next Climate Watch update, and that has a much more detailed outlook for the next 4 weeks ahead. But in today's video we're going out to Wednesday, and we are going to have a fair bit of focus on the tropics because they are waking up as we go into the month of March, which is very normal. The Southern Ocean, some stormy weather down there also waking up, which again is normal for this time of the year. On the wind map today, we've put on the air pressure, so it's very easy to see this giant belt of high pressure in this bright yellow-white area. Now this is the same high, the big one that came in a week ago and brought all that lovely sunny weather over the weekend. Lovely if you enjoy that weather, of course. Some people need rain. We've got a low out here, very weak one, and this one's going to sit around for the next few days stuck in the Tasman as this ginormous belt of high pressure slowly moves eastwards, but it's really not moving very fast at all. Temperature wise, this is the departure from normal temperature maps. How much warmer or cooler is it than usual? And what we're seeing here for Friday, as we're also seeing for Saturday, most of New Zealand leaning warmer than average. The key is on this side. You don't really need it, to be honest. You just look for the red and gold areas, which are a few to several degrees warmer than average. And so what we're seeing is this warmer weather by day continuing on, especially in the South Island and especially inland. The coastal fringes of the northeast, no shading there. The green you see is just the satellite map showing the ground. That means average temperatures. Similar here with overnight, much of the North Island around about average as the breeze comes off the sea from the northeast. Okay, we've got a bit of a chance of a thunderstorm with those afternoon build-ups, mainly in the South Island, with that heat and a bit of moisture in the atmosphere. We could be seeing a couple of downpours. Now this map here, the thunderstorm risk maps, you can find them on the Weather Watch website under maps and radars, and then click on lightning. This map here, interactive, you can slide along. This is for 7 o'clock this evening, Friday. Some risk around the upper South Island. It's around about the middle part here of this scale, so a moderate risk of an isolated thunderstorm. That would be the higher risk if you were showing up in red. Okay, so here is the forecast for Saturday, and again a chance of those afternoon downpours and these little blobs of blue and bluish white. That's a sign of an afternoon downpour building up. There's the low in the Tasman. Remember, it's quite weak, looks a little bit bigger there because of all the isobars, but it's really not. It's quite a weak system. And the big high out to the east over the Chathams, still there, but it is showing some signs of weakening. By Sunday, that high drifts a little further away from New Zealand and also weakens just a little bit more. The low in the Tasman weakens a little bit more as well. The humid, mild, northeasterly flow continues around the country, and that means in the afternoon, these afternoon downpour risks inland. It doesn't mean everyone there gets rain. It means in the middle, most likely in the middle area, a thunderstorm or a downpour will form and then drift in that northeasterly breeze southwards. As we get into next week, all right, the first day of March, here we go. So the tropics, I've been talking about this all week. March is really going to be quite an active month up in the tropics. We're expecting at least a couple of tropical cyclones named around Australia in the first week. So there's one out here to the northwest and another developing low here northeast of Queensland. Over New Zealand itself, we've got more of those north to northeast winds, more afternoon downpours bubbling up here and there, and a couple of northern showers as well. On Tuesday next week, there's a bit of a change in New Zealand. That's to the westerly winds coming back. We've had a week and a half of northeasterlies by that point, so it'll be a change. There'll be a few showers in the north and a few showers on the west coast or some patchy rain, but the northwest winds, they are kicking in. You can see that low up here in the Coral Sea area starting to deepen now as this other one likely to be a cyclone around Broome. And next Wednesday, this is quite an interesting weather map to end on. We've got this big high south of Australia that is slowly drifting towards New Zealand, but before it arrives, it works in conjunction with this low to dredge up a cold southerly. So later next week, we are expecting an autumn-like southerly to come on into the South Island with a burst of wind and rain. Meanwhile, at the other end of the map, we've got a likely tropical cyclone forming up here and deepening. New Caledonia, Vanuatu, they're at some risk, although there's another low nearby which could be pulling some of that energy, and that can diminish the chance of a cyclone but increase the chance of very heavy rain up there. So we'll be watching that closely, and the remnants of what was either a tropical cyclone or a tropical low moves into the desert of Australia. So it's quite what we call a dynamic weather map. There's a lot going on as we start the month of March. So just a reminder, on Monday, our next Climate Watch update will be out. We'll take a closer look at the next 4 weeks of March and how that is shaping up around New Zealand, but also Australia and the tropics. So join me then, and we'll also have our next weather update for the New Zealand area. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.